Meenakshi spent a significant amount of time this summer in a school in Tamil Nadu, Thanjavur school, and she'll tell you all about that.
Thank you, and thank you, Deven, because my phone broke, so I couldn't take pictures when I went there. And they took a lot of pictures, but it's sitting somewhere in India. I don't know where it is. So, but my purpose for going to the school was it's bringing together a lot of the things that you've already heard before. Number one, this school was envisioned in 2015. And by 2015, mid 2015, it was already, the land was given, everything just happened so quickly. And within 2 years, within 1.5 years, 2014, within 2015, it was a functioning school. It started in 2015. And when I went to the school in 2016, June, this was their second year in operation. Already they had gone from kindergarten to 8th standard the first year. Full, all classrooms full. And with a wait list of another 400 children waiting in line, parents begging, please, people can. I was there the first week when the school had started, the second year where we introduced 9th grade this year, and it was so funny, MLAs and all kinds of people calling and telling the principal, no madam, please let this kid come into the school. And they said, no, it's nothing to do with MLA influence and this kind of power. We go exclusively by the national poverty line level. We go only by those statistical numbers when we accept children into our schools. So that is something interesting I learned. So we do not go by caste, we do not go by any sifarish from any phone call. And I can tell you, this is a little village called Chellampatti, quite a few kilometers away from Thanjavur. Within 5 kilometers on the bus, you will feel that you are in a very different part of the world. It's not even like Thanjavur. Because this is a very, and because my father was a DRO in the district long ago, so he said, Chellampatti, that means this side of Tamil Nadu, because this side of Thanjavur district, which is kind of away from the Kaveri side, which means it's more dry, so the land is different. Though we think Thanjavur means the epitome of culture and civilization and all that, this area is a little more kind of backward, it's a little more dry. You know, just by default, when you don't have much access to water, then everything changes for you. So even bringing the water, there is a Kaveri canal in that place, in the village. So children walk along this canal to come to school. It's just amazing how that little beacon of light in the middle of nothingness has transformed children, so many children in this one school. And I was so honored to be sharing my expertise in the field of teachers' education. I was working with the teachers on the ground, training them for 10 days. I worked and I lived there in a small little house right next to the village, not far from it. So I was walking to school like them every day. They said, no, madam, we'll get somebody to pick you up by scooter. I said, no, you're all walking. I'll also walk with you children. And when I heard some complaints in Delhi when I'd gone to visit my brother about how heavy the backpack is, I said, you kids get into a car and you go to school with your backpack in the car and you fuss about this. These children have this heavy backpack and they walk several kilometers, 2 to 6 kilometers, and they get to school. And you guys, you don't have anything to complain about. Absolutely have no right to complain. And this is one of the unique things about this school was it's an English medium school, because a lot of, in the neighboring area, it costs anywhere between 10,000 to 25,000 per child per year to educate. That's the average for the so-called English medium schools in the area, which is preferred by the parents in that area than the Tamil medium government schools, which are totally free, where barely any teacher shows up to teach anything. So it's very tragic because most of these schools are run with a lot of political influence, and I don't want to go into that. There's a whole thing of going on with social stuff going on there, sociology. But bottom line, every dollar that we generate here, it's not still enough, because some of our teachers are not getting paid enough, because many of them are not yet full teachers. Like in the elementary schools, they are in a B.Ed program, they are teachers in training, and they get this experience in our schools, and then they're waiting to become a government school teacher so they can get pension and all that stuff. And the average pay for a government school teacher in Tamil Nadu right now is anywhere between, starting salary is around 20,000 rupees, inclusive of a pension plan. whereas we pay our teachers barely 7,000 rupees. So you can imagine how much more money we have to give our teachers to bring it up to a competitive level so that they will not leave our school and go to a government school. The only reason why some of those teachers, there's a core group of teachers who are so passionate about this, what we are doing here. They see the value. They said, no, I want to create a divine society. And I am committed to it, never mind the money. That is a small group of our teachers. I would peg it at around, from this one school alone, I would say there are about 40% of those teachers who are not going to leave the school. I know that for a fact. Okay, but the other 60%, most of them are very young. They themselves are just getting out of a graduation program, 20, 21 of years of age, and they're just struggling to, make, and some of them are going to get married. They have a fiance in Singapore or in Malaysia working day wage jobs, and they're coming back and getting married. So, so some of them will say, oh, I'm getting married and going to Pollachi, madam. I don't know what to do. I don't want to leave behind these children. That's the kind of stuff it is. So, if we want to give competitive salaries, I'm looking at it from a professional angle here because I went and worked with these teachers for 10 days. I can tell you that we are still just scratching the tip of the iceberg here with regards to funding. One hand, yes, we have big major capital investment, which is our actual physical building of a school. Then comes the actual expenses of running a school. Even if you just pick one aspect, which is teacher salary, we have a long way to go to get to a level where they will not leave our schools, but go and stay on and create this divine society. And the 40-50% I'm talking about who are not going to leave our schools are so integrated with Guruji's vision for this world. A world where it's not about the money, there's something more, an intrinsic value, which goes beyond any amount of money that we can possibly create or generate or use, There's much more than that. So I invite you all to, recognize that it's more this, when we talk about education, there are more intrinsic rewards than extrinsic. But yes, extrinsic rewards like money does help. It does help to some extent. So thank you. I hope we will continue this conversation and make this social upliftment with spiritual knowledge happen, become a reality more, okay? Thank you, Jai Guru.